stole the coast. Boom, don't worry, that's the Holy Ghost.
Laying on my back with a smile on my face, just counting up money. Reminiscing about the days we were broke as a joke, but now we're funny. I was running around being mischievous.
So yeah, bro, I just really wanna, man. It's crazy because my first year, because I went to a HBCU. I don't know if you ever heard about HBCUs, historically black colleges and universities in the United States. So basically, post-slavery, black people wanted to be educated, but of course they couldn't go to white colleges. So a bunch of schools started popping up that would educate black people. So because they're majority us. So now who goes to the schools? Black students. Of course we got white students and all kinds of students. But just like it's predominantly white, these schools are predominantly black. So I've been outside of the matrix of white as the norm, white being the majority. You know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, the only place that we ever get that is the hood. You see what I'm saying? But I've been in a place where we've been excellent, you know what I'm saying, and pushing forward, and it's us.
That's dope.
So I knew when I got here, I'm like, man, it ain't supposed to be like this. I shouldn't be, you know, experiencing all of these things. So, but what was your first of all, when did you decide you wanted to go to drama school?
When did I decide I wanted to go to drama school? I initially didn't want to go to drama school. So I initially didn't want to go to drama school, but then I left college with an agent. I had an agent when I was in college, and I booked like a couple commercials, couple short films. I was under the impression that I don't need to go to drama school, like I was booking. But then I spent a year out, and I'm auditioning for like every big movie, TV series, and I ain't getting nothing, not even a recall, nothing. So then I was like, all right, then maybe I gotta, go drama school. So that decision was purely based on the success I was having, or I wasn't getting a sniff at anything out there. So I said maybe I need to train more. And I made a decision to go drama school, audition for every single one that you can think of in the UK. All the top ones, anyways. I didn't get into any of them.
And so I'm not super interested in talking specifics about this school, because I think this is less about our specific school and more about like this is probably the experience of people at all the schools. Yeah. So we'll keep names out of it. And don't feel like you have to. If so, I'll bleep it out. What made you pick this drama school?
Only one I got into, bro. If I'm being honest. And by name, it wasn't a bad one. Anyway, you hear Lambda. So I ain't gonna lie, when I got the offer, I was delighted, bro. Yeah, bro. I auditioned for all of them, bro. All rejected me, except from this one.
Wow.
So I wasn't really spoiled for choice, bro.
And what were you expecting when you came? Did you have expectations for drama school, for the people that would be here, the kind of spaces that it would be? What were your expectations?
For the people, white people that were, I wasn't expecting to meet many people that were like me, bro. And I was expecting if I was to meet a black person, there'd be a certain type of black person. Yeah. Majority white people, and the occasional black person I was to meet, I thought there's going to be a certain type of black person. A person that I would have to kind of fold a Benty, but that wasn't really my experience.
What was your experience?
I ain't gonna lie, there was so many brothers here, bro. Like, so more than I anticipated, bro. Remember, you got a class you got an ensemble of 30, but then there's other courses. Then there's more people flowing in each year, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, by the time I came to it, I didn't really, you get me? I didn't really feel like an outcast. I didn't feel like an outcast by my third year, anyways. Maybe initially, yeah.
Did you feel like an outcast initially?
100%.
Why so?
Because initially, man's like, I don't know. I feel like environment and how you grew up definitely plays a part in like me and you can both, like, for example, your experience of growing up in Houston, Texas, and mine growing up in London, England is very different.
Yeah.
Both fully black. Both, you know what I'm saying? But they're just two different black experiences, you know what I mean? And I grew up in like South London, bro, and you know what I'm saying? And
What do you? What was that? What was that like? Where you from? And what was it like growing up there? And where specifically?
So I grew up in I grew up in East Dulwich, Camberwell, near Peckham.
Okay.
You know, my brother got shot, so then we had to move to Bermondsey. That's kind of where I grew up now, and that's where I grew up now. And then after my brother got shot, I kind of went by the time I was like 9, 10 years old. I moved to Bermondsey. Then my brother moved out, so I grew up alone in Bermondsey. And Bermondsey, same thing, like 15 minutes away from Peckham. So it's the same thing, different area, bro. So it's the hood, rare things are going on. Obviously, my mum's a single parent. My mum don't work, so and I want things, but I know mum can't afford it. I'm not even selfish enough to make mumsy, you know what I'm saying, get this when I know she can't afford it. So you're outside and you're just doing what you're doing and you're making friends and just that same stuff. And then I ditched all of that and then came drama school. You know what I mean, bro?
Yeah.
So crazy, bro.
What was that switch? When did that happen? When did you decide that you wanted more than what you were seeing? Or you wanted different?
I always wanted more. But I would say the switch came from... The impulse probably came. I got into a bit of a madness with one of my closest friends.
Yeah.
Got into a bit of a physical fight with him.
Really?
And that's one of my closest dogs, you know. It just put me in like an alone headspace for a minute. I was just like, excuse my language, but F the world.
Yeah, no, say what you need to say.
I was on a fuck the world thing, like, I don't...
Tight.
Yeah, literally. And I had no one. I said, fuck it, man. But do you know what I do have? My interest, bro. I got drama. Let me go drama school. That's literally what it was. And then I applied and I got in. And that was all God, bro.
Oh, God.
All God, bro.
Oh, so... Did you find that there were people that came from the kind of background that you come from?
In drama school?
Yeah, in drama school.
Not really, bro. Or maybe not London. Not London. Nah, bro. If I'm being honest, nah, bro.
No.
Not in my cohort.
Did you feel like when you came in that the school, your peers, your tutors, kind of... let me see what I'm asking you. Did you feel like the environment that you came from affected the way that you showed up in drama school?
110%, bro. So many bad habits were just installed from me, just from like how I interpreted and how I maneuvered through the school system growing up. So, for example, don't need to name drop, but there's people in my cohort that maybe went private school, whatnot. Black boys that went private school. I went to normal state school. Not a bad thing, calm, but there's just certain things that. So growing up in school, I was a little bit rebellious. So if I didn't want to do something, man, just not doing it. And in school, like when you go up in the state school, it's like you could push the boundaries so much, but as long as you're not going here, you'll be fine. So I wasn't a bad kid. I weren't violent. I weren't rare. But I got to be here for 4 p.m. I might just not go. Do you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Detention, I might miss that. The worst I'm gonna get is a phone call home and rare. Do you know what I mean? Stuff like that. But here now, that's what I'm saying. But then people in private school, they got to be here at this time. Or rare. If this happens, you'll get kicked out. You know, stuff like that. So when I'm in drama school now, because I got those bad habits installed in me, if I got work during tomorrow and I might not be in the headspace to do it, it just might not get done. I got this singing lesson I don't want to go to. I just might not go. Do you know what I mean? And that therefore affected me, bro. Because like, bruv, all this stuff is beneficial, bro. Do you know what I mean? In some way, shape or form. And it's like, I was just robbing myself. And I'm just aware of that. And a lot of the time I realise, bro, Jamar, you're doing this because you get me, you're like this or you grew up like this, and that doesn't serve you anymore. It might have served you when you was in that space, but in this space, it's not really serving you. And those were the realizations I kind of had to think, you know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like your tutors understood or tried to understand that you came from maybe a different way of being, or that they supported you in trying to at least reach out to help you? Because I guess we could say, like, you could say habits are wrong, but they are what they are, and everybody had different ones. Everybody's got different needs, access needs. Do you feel like that the tutors in the school supported you in trying to bring you along to this kind of schooling?
Not many of them. I could think of maybe 2 at the top of my head. One being an ethnic person, and the other person being a lovely white woman. But that's it. They're the only 2. I've had bad experiences. I've had times where, you see, like right now, my posture right now, I'm sure I must have told you this, or maybe not, but my posture right now, I've been in class doing the same thing, just sitting there, like, listening to a teacher talk, and I've had teachers tell me, Jamar, can you act like you want to be here? Or like, stuff like that, do you know what I mean? Like, stuff, and I'm just like, bruv, maybe because I'm not sitting straight up, sounding like, you get me, but man, I'm locked in, you know what I'm saying, bro? It's just like, maybe there's that disconnect, because they just might not understand, they might not understand that I might just be a bit more laid back, reserved, because maybe in my school and previous school, I didn't have to be like, rare, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro, man, I've definitely had that where they don't understand, and they might infer it for other things.
I feel like the majority of the teachers they understood or they didn't understand.
The majority didn't.
Mm-hmm. And how did that affect your ability to show up in class? How did that affect you feel like your training, knowing that the majority of your teachers don't understand?
It allowed me to just come to an acceptance, like a place where I just have to accept that they're not gonna understand, and maybe I'm not really from the energy of like, or the culture. I probably should be, but this is where my bad habits serve me by having to sit down and explain to you that, bruv, like that I really want this, but I'm just like this because of this. Sometimes opening up is a bit intrusive. Do you know what I'm saying? I might find it intrusive, so yeah, bro.
Who were the people that you feel like, in your experience, you were more willing to open up to?
Ethnic, can I say names?
Yeah, for sure.
Vic, bro. My course leader, the person my first one, and we used to talk about it on a level, and he got it. He completely understood it, and he was like, yeah, he got it. He's an Asian man.
Yeah.
I'm a black man, or we're all minorities when it comes to this space. Yeah. We're not minorities in the world, but when it comes to these type of spaces, we're a minority, so he gets it, and he gets that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, what was the question again? What was he asking?
No, who were the people that you were more willing to open up to?
People, and then Sam, of course. Yeah. It's a black man. So, I'm sure he's the only black male member of staff here.
For sure. It ain't but 3 black people, period, I think.
Come on, bro. He's the only black member of staff here, so, yeah, bro. Sometimes when I'll get in trouble, or not in trouble, things would happen, and I'm saying, Sam, XYZ, this is happening because of this, but imagine that, like, you know what I mean? I'm having to break it down to him. He's understanding, you know what I'm saying? But they might not be understanding, you know what I'm saying?
What you say, trouble? What kind of trouble?
There are times maybe during my 3 years here where, like, my emotions might have, like, tipping point, and I maybe didn't channel that frustration in the best way, or there'll be times where I felt disrespected or felt thingy, and like I said, I haven't maybe handled the situation in the way that these people are used to. There's been times where a man's been here and people have been rude to me, and then when I react, it's been a problem.
People rude to you, tutors, peers?
So students, there's a time here where people, like, rude is a subjective word, innit? But I found it rude, and I don't feel like I've been spoken to in a nice way. I don't feel like I was being spoken to in a way that person would speak to other people. Mm-hmm. So one time, I was being spoken to in a way that I didn't like during the show. So after the show, and I made a deal during the show, but everyone said now's not the time, and I agreed. Right. So after the show, I came to find a person to speak to them, to ask them, like, what is the issue? Like, why am I being spoken to like this? And it was like a huge commercial. I'm talking about doors being barricaded. I'm sure you must have heard, bro. Bro, doors being barricaded.
Furniture moving.
Bro, people saying, Jamar, calm down. And I didn't do nothing. No swearing, no shouting.
Wow.
I literally came to approach someone to talk. And because that person went behind people, and the door got barricaded, the door got shut on me, and I'm opening the door. Yeah, bro. And the situation is being blown out of proportion. And when I'm having to explain to sit down with Sam, the only black male teacher here, I'm saying, Sam, if that was a white girl that went up to him to talk, that door wouldn't have been slammed on him. No one would be telling that white girl to calm down. I wasn't going to attack him. I just wanted to speak. Like, literally, genuinely, because I actually felt like I was being spoken to in a way that, like, why are you actually speaking to me like this? You know what I mean? And when I came to it as a man, tried to talk to him about it after the show, because at the time, during the show wasn't the right time. After the show, yeah, bro, look, people probably assume that I'm coming on confrontation. No, Jamar, I don't want to talk to right now. No, Jamar, stop, guys, man, screaming, shouting. Bro, but it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Interesting.
Yeah, man. Do you think that they're afraid of our emotions, our range of emotions?
For sure, and because maybe they're not. Look, you see, and me being in drama school made me, what's the word? Have empathy and understanding. I can understand how not being around a certain group of people your whole life, you can have your pre-assumptions on them based on what you see, what you hear, and whatnot. And when you're just not around them, you just won't know until you're really around them. And that's just what I feel like a lot of it has been with a lot of these people. They don't understand us, maybe because they haven't been around us for the majority of their life. So when they see this that they haven't seen before, they can only interpret it face value as, okay, like, it's that quick processing of it. Do you know what I mean? So they don't have that test or that case study, oh, I've seen that before, that's probably just that. Do you know what I mean? If you see me maneuver in a certain way, you put someone close to home, you've probably seen it before, you might have maneuvered that way before, exactly. Do you know what I'm saying? But them, they don't have that, so yeah, I don't feel like they understand that, and part of me doesn't really blame them, I'm not gonna lie. It's a part of me doesn't.
So you don't blame them for the reaction, but do you think that it is the school's job, if they are, because the school is obviously increasingly becoming more diverse, people from different races, ethnicities, classes. Do you think it's their job to begin to figure out how to hold space for different people, even if they don't know who different people are, that they need to learn?
And having diverse staff would be the first step, in my opinion. That'll be the first step. Obviously, I don't know the protocol, I don't know the procedures, but man, there must be a black male acting teacher out there somewhere in England, London. You know what I mean? Or maybe not. I don't know. But even just a black male or black female, you got me a black woman, like someone, or even an Asian man, or do you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be black. A Colombian, or a Latino male woman. You know what I mean? Just something, man. Because when you just have this, when your staff board are this narrow in terms of diversity, I don't know how you expect it to serve everyone when you've got such a diverse student group, you know what I mean?
Do you think that the school is doing what they can to figure that out?
Well, the issues have been raised amongst the students before. We made our feelings clear in second year.
What happened?
What happened? Good question. We had the conversation. We all sat down. We let them know. Has much changed since? I don't know. I mean, has much literally changed in terms of staffing? No. But you gotta give them the grace. Maybe these things take time. I don't know. But not much has changed so far, I'll be honest. No. And I'll be chatting to some of the A's, and they'll tell me little experiences they have. Oh, this happened to me. This teacher said this, rare. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, that happened to me. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like, I don't know. This thing is so nuanced and so difficult. I don't know how they solve it.
Come in.
Do you come in or don't come in?
No, come in. I'm sorry. We don't own the space. Please come in. Sorry. Okay. So we was So you said things don't really seem to be changing. But yeah, diverse staff should be, you think, is where they need to start.
For sure, man. Just so there's that common language between. Just so look, I might just be relaxed in class, and then you might just understand that, bro. Like, rather than me having to get addressed and pulled up on my etiquette of how I'm seated on the chair, like, do you know what I mean? Stuff like that affects you, that plays on your head, or what? So now I gotta sit differently now. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like those things, bro. I shouldn't even have to second guess that, bro. This ain't them days. It's different. I should really have to be able to sit in a class not how I want. Obviously, you gotta be not professional, but be respectful. But there's no difference between me like putting my bum right here and me being here, as long as I'm being respectful and not affecting anyone's learning, and I'm listening to you. Do you know what I mean?
But the lines of respect and professionalism are subjective.
Yeah,
depending upon who, you know? Yeah, so what somebody thinks is respectful, or what somebody thinks disrespectful, somebody else could understand as just being.
Yeah.
So it seems like, who did you find support and connection and likeness with?
My black brothers in the school. My black brothers and sisters, more so the brothers. because they're probably the ones that I spoke to more about these things. But yeah, the black brothers.
So your colleagues is who you
100%.
found. Mm. And as a cohort, y'all kind of experienced that. I've heard that y'all experienced that. Just that misunderstanding between tutors and you, how y'all show up in the space a lot, especially because your cohort is majority people of color. Can you speak to that? Like,
Yeah, man, there's instances.
any experiences? Yeah.
Yeah, there was instances in maybe like first year when, they do the divides, cohort of 30, there'll be two groups of 15. There was a period of time where that 15 cohort, majority POC. And that majority POC cohort was known as the bad cohort. Like, genuinely, the troublesome, maybe not the bad, but the troublesome one. Loud, not focused, rare, like those connotations around the cohort of the POC cohort. And yeah, man, that happened like twice, two or three times, maybe not three, 2 times during our 2 years of training, and stuff like that. They ain't coincidence, man. The coincidences in our eyes, man. That's just like, yeah, man. You're not used to this type of energy. Even if we are a bit louder and whatnot, it ain't. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It's interesting.
What do you think about the kind of things that you learned, the kind of literature that y'all embodied, the kind of practitioners that you studied? Were these things interesting to you? Did you feel like you were connecting to the literature, connecting to the practices?
I was blank canvassing in terms of like on what I was taking in, the tutors, all that stuff, the practitioners and whatnot. So to have an opinion and judgment whether this stuff was interesting to me, I just took it as at the time. This just is what it is. This is how the game is being taught. You know what I mean? So I kind of had to take a liking to it and understanding to it, anyways. But was it overly thingy? And not really. But maybe that's just my emotional connection to the arts within itself. But yeah.
Did you, as far as like the projects that y'all did over the years, how did you feel about the way that you were being cast, the kind of roles that they were asking you to play?
How did I feel? Over the years. So maybe in second year, I was very grateful. We done Shakespeare, we done King John, grateful. We done Americans, we done piano lesson, grateful.
Piano lesson.
Yeah, we done comedies, we done the Government Inspector. Can't lie, second year, grateful, man. And third year, man. If I'm talking about in terms of the projects we done, in third year we done Sucker Punch, I'm grateful for. We done Judas, Last Days of Judas, I'm grateful for. We done Frontline, which was a bit rare, but and then we done Blank. I'm grateful. I've had a good time in terms of my projects.
Talk to me about Frontline, because I've heard a lot about.
Yeah.
What was that experience like? Did you like to play, the director, what you had to embody?
It was. I just feel like Frontline was just a bit difficult process for everyone because he had a wishy-washy, hands-off director. Big him up. I actually, for the duration of the 6-week process, for like 5 weeks, I was on his side. But I just feel like maybe it came to a point where we were just like, it just became, we were just in it by ourselves, and that's not necessarily a nice feeling to have when you're in drama school. Maybe in the real world, but when you're still training, obviously it's meant to replicate the industry, we understand that, but at the end of the day, we're paying to be here, and we do want to be getting maybe feedback and direction and notes and whatnot, and which we weren't really getting at a point. So it's just an interesting thingy, but listen, it was my lead role, so I kind of just had to suck it up, you know what I mean? It was my moment to really showcase. I didn't get no interest prior to that, and I got interest after that, and I signed after that, you know what I mean? So it's just
Congratulations.
like, thank you, brother. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's just stuff like that. It wasn't the best experience, but hey, it is what it is, and I got to be grateful for what it done for me, you know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this. Even outside of drama school, and it has something to do with drama school. You know, in the UK, I've talked to a lot of people, especially a lot of Black British people, and people tend to they feel like they're sick of the kind of Black stories that they're seeing. seems like everything that's being put on as black is like it's being like shot in the ends. It's about knife crime or gangs or the hood, basically about blackness and poverty. Um, um, what's interesting is the first contemporary British thing I ever saw was Top Boy, right? So I was in love with it, but I hear that a
Did
lot.
you like it? Yeah.
Bruh, loved it, but I hear that a lot of British people, a lot of black British people had feelings about it. Well, how do you feel about the kind of those stories being represented or almost overrepresented in the media, especially as somebody who comes from those areas, who comes from that environment? How do you feel about those stories and the representation?
I appreciate them. Yeah, everyone's different. I appreciate them. I don't necessarily overly appreciate it when it's represented in a way that's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna use generic words like maybe like not realistic, like when it's just like overly glamorized and stuff like that. But then again, and it's just a question of the people that just produce the art. Maybe just in terms of like the research, maybe the lack of research they've done in terms of the project. But in terms of projects about the ends or set up in multicultural London, I'm from it, bro. So I'm always gonna appreciate it. And when it's done well, it's great. Do you know what I mean? When it's not done well, it is what it is, isn't it? But
How you feel about Top Boy?
Top Boy season 1 and 2. So like, there's a
Summer House,
yeah.
and then there's the one that just came. Yeah,
Alright. So Top Boy Summer House, amazing. Like,
that's what everybody say.
yeah. Top Boy Summer House is incredible. I love it. Now Top Boy, the Netflix one, it's good, bro. It just maybe didn't hit that as hard as Top Boy Summer House, but Top Boy Netflix is still really good.
See, I gotta watch Summer House because I saw Top Boy, the one on Netflix. But then when I tried to go back and watch Summer House, it was hard because it obviously wasn't as quality production.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like I couldn't even get through episode 1.
And that's how it is, bro.
But for the culture, I feel like I gotta go back and watch it.
Yeah, like, I was trying to come up with this with my brethren the other day. We was talking about like, for example, hate to delve away from it, but like, see like Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
I've grown up under the impression of hearing Lil Wayne was like the GOAT back then. Like,
The GOAT.
All right. You see like the Carter and or like those original mixes, I can't listen to them because I don't think they're hard. But that's because I missed it. But that's what I'm trying to say. I missed the time, bro. So I can imagine how you, because you've missed it, you're growing up, you're not gonna think it's hard, bro. I know, bro. I tried, bro. I'll try again in it, but
the production is not as it was
just different. It's a different time.
Oh, exactly,
yeah, bro.
different sound.
Different sounds. The beats are different. You know what I mean? So it's like I get how you could do that, innit? Like it's just maybe sometimes when you miss that era, like you gotta really fine tune.
You miss it.
Yeah.
Because it has something to do. It's time stamped too.
Yeah.
You remember where you were in life when that album dropped.
Then,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, bro? So I could feel you on that. Give it a go, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't beat yourself up on it, car.
How do you feel about, we've had conversations about your hair, and I had locks when I came in, and most of us who had them have cut them. I see that you still have yours. How do you feel about how they will make the industry see you?
Yeah.
So you have thoughts and feelings about that?
110%. It's definitely a thing of mine. I recently signed, and my agent told me, respectfully, not in a rude way, she told me, like, your hair's a thing. Like it is. Like, in your headshots, your hair is a thing. You've got long dreadlocks. So it's just like, it might limit you, but as long as you're aware of that, I'm fine. And as long as you're aware, if you're fine with it, I'm fine with it. But it's no secret that it might limit you. And that's where I'm at with it. As long as I got this, it might limit me. But I've accepted it. And just still have the mindset that I can still book with it. Because people do book with it, do you know what I mean? Or cut it and have a more wide range of stuff I can fit into. But then I'll not be more generic, but I won't have just that one quality. Like, you know what I mean?
Make sure you need.
Do you know what I'm saying? So bro, it's fine. Like, it's these margins, bro. It's tight. I don't know, bro. It's tricky, man.
It's tricky.
It's very tricky to navigate. I could cut it, man. Then I could be in those rooms and have the same, maybe the fade or the afro. Like, you know what I mean?
But would you be you?
Would that be me? Well, of course I'll be me, but then, like, you know what I mean? It's interesting, bro. I don't know, man. It's probably gonna go soon. And only the reason why it's probably gonna go soon is because, then again, I am getting to an age. A man's had hair for years. I'm talking about 10 plus years.
Oh.
So it's like, I am ready anyways. But I do want to book right now I'm recalling a couple things and I'm banging on the door. So I want to book something first. Then when I book something, just to say to myself, I didn't cut it because I weren't getting nothing. You know what I mean? I cut it because, alright, I cut it because I was ready to just cut it. When I book one or two things, I'll cut it after. But I ain't going to cut my hair until I book something. That's the vow I've made to myself. Just to show myself it can be done. And show people that have it that it can be done as well.
Do you feel like you would encourage one of the young cats that come from where you come from to come to this drama school?
If you want to go drama school in the UK, yeah. Because the reason why I'd say that is it's like when you, I'm not saying this drama school is evil and whatnot, but like when you compare evils, sometimes it's the better evils or the greater evils. And like if you compare like all the drama schools, they might not be good, they might all be bad, but this bad is, how do you say it? How do you articulate it? It's less bad than this bad. You know what I'm trying to say? Out of all the drama schools in England or London, this one ain't that bad compared to other ones. It gets worse. It gets less diverse. It gets less. I be chatting to people. I'm hearing their experiences, and I'm like, boy, I ain't gonna lie, we don't have that problem. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like the fair share of problems that we have. I'm hearing their problems, boy. We ain't got that one, innit?
What are you hearing,
bro? I'm hearing like, I'm hearing people being in classes. It's just not diverse. They might even have the people that will have the idea to do something like this. People or people like they might be in a class of 30, like a different drama school, and maybe POCs about maybe 3 or 4, bro, in that whole cohort, bro. And then like that's who they're gonna have to be with for X amount of years. What about if you don't get along with them? Or what if they're weirdos? Or what about if they're those POCs grew up in a place that they were more to white? Like, do you know what I mean? It's difficult. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? So it's like, yeah, man. Then I hear stuff about like the teaching, just the culture in the school, some of the staff, and I'm just like, yeah, we got our issues, but we ain't got those issues, innit? So would I recommend someone to come to Lambda or this drama school? 100%.
If you had the power to change a few things about your drama school and you knew you could change them for the people coming after you, what would you change?
It's gonna sound like victimhood or like, but I'm just being honest, innit? It's just like maybe just acknowledging the fact that it just is a little bit harder for us. So if there was that acknowledgement amongst the higher ups in the school, maybe there'll be some opportunities or some criterias that would just maybe even out the playing field a bit. So maybe the white people with their lead roles, I know white people that maybe were touching lead roles throughout the year, or they touched their lead role in the first 1 or 2 reps. Then they touched their lead role 1 or 2 reps, then they got a showcase to build off it. But people like me, I got my lead role in my 3rd one. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. Just there's some people that didn't get any lead roles throughout the year. I know not everyone can win in it, but just if there was just that acknowledgement amongst the higher ups that okay, it's a little bit harder for. So what can we do to facilitate? You know what I mean for these guys? Because yeah, man, when you treat everyone like we're equal, when we're just not, it doesn't put everyone on level pegging when they're out. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just not the case. It's not. Although we everyone got free will and we all got equal opportunities. Yeah. But it's just not. It's not the same for everyone. It's just not in it. So it's just like, and if you treat us like all like we're the same, when it's just not. It's a bit more nuanced than that. Some people are gonna fall a tiny bit short.
What's one thing that you would tell the next cat coming to drama school that's like you? What advice would you give him?
The same ones I got. So just like, never lose your authentic self, because your authentic self is the reason why you got into drama school, and it's the reason why you are who you are. So you can never lose that. And I'll just say, enjoy it and embrace it. And like, drama school changed my life, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. And I'll just say, be open to the opportunity of just being around new different types of people, even if they're different. Embrace it, like, learn about it. It'll only make you a better creative anyways. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? So I'll tell them to embrace the fuck shit as well. that comes of it, bro. Like, because it's just you got no other choice. It's either you sit here and moan and cry about it for 3 years, and complain and sit in and be like fuck the world while you're here. I'm not saying you have to suck it up or anything, but just like, bro, be like, fam, maybe like, you know what I mean? Just roll with the punches rather than just get knocked down. You know what I'm saying?
Time.
That's what I told him.
Time. Man, appreciate you, bro. This was actually we had not sat and had a conversation like this, bro. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Anything else you want to say?